Is anybody out there? Says at least one person's here. Happy Monday. Figured I would jump on and say hello for a few minutes. Not sure I have a whole ton to talk about, but I thought I'd show up anyways. Oh, crudola. I just remembered there was an accident up here. Oh, I should probably take the long way home. And I'm not talking about the Supertramp song. Who all's here? Say hello. Let's talk. Power veto results. It wasn't used, which is about as unshocking as a result as we could have today. Whitney is definitely going home on Thursday. So really, this is all about next week. Hello, Nona. Hi. Happy Monday, if there is such a thing. Hi, Mystery Cindy. Thanks for popping in. I totally forgot to check Waze before I jumped on here to see what the traffic was like. I don't know if any of you ever use Waze when you're driving, Waze. But I did get a text that there was a traffic accident. So, hi, Micah. Yes, he does. But I believe at my normal exit, there's a traffic accident. So I think I'm going to go back country roads today, which may lead to possible bad connections. We'll have to see. Or I may take the not so back roads and just take a local. Actually, you know what? That's probably what I'll do. I'll take the. I'll get off the interstate and take the state highway home, which means a big zig and a zag. Hi. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's had a good day. If your day isn't over yet, I hope you have a good day. If I remember right, Nona may still be working, but I've been off work for about an hour, actually. I ran by a grocery store to get some stuff. We are now back under a mask order where I work. So now you have to wear masks again at most of the time at the office, which is annoying. But it is what it is. So that's what I did. I'm waiting to see if they start requiring people to be vaccinated before they came back. You just finished. It is 6:40. I forgot. I mean, 6:40 for us, or for me, Eastern time. It seems earlier than that, but I stopped and talked with a friend on the way out of the office, and then I he must have run out of gas. Then I stopped at the grocery store to get something for my wife. So it's later than it was going to be, but still not that late. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about? I need to write a post. I need to write a Big Brother Gossip post, or I'm going to write, you're Central? Okay. Technically, I live in the Central time zone, but we observe Eastern time. So, according to the actual time zone charts, I live in the Central time zone, but where we live, we do not observe it because we are so close to Eastern, and most of the places like where I work is in Eastern. So we don't observe Central. So I'm gonna write this. I said this on my CarCast yesterday and maybe this morning, but I got to write up this post about the endurance competitions. I'm gonna do it tonight, I guess. It's going to be maybe it's going to be a threaded Twitter thing, or it may be an article, or it may be both. but I want to write up a thing about all the different possibilities for endurance competition. Because everyone thinks it's going to be the wall, but why does it have to be the wall? Who do we think will win the endurance at a household? Well, there's the who wants to and who will and who can. So, I mean, Brittany is, if it's the wall, it's not impossible for Brittany to possibly win it. I don't think Derek Frazier is winning it. So I don't really care what he has to say about what he's going to do when he gets head of household, because he's not winning head of household tomorrow or Thursday. Let me look at my house guest list, because I have my house guest chart. So I don't think Azza will win it. I don't think anyone from the, well, Brittany could. You're not liking Big D's. Yeah, Big D's chance is pretty slim. Hannah, maybe. Not saying never. Whitney won't be there. Yeah, Big D. Yeah. Whitney won't be there. Derek X could win it. He could possibly win it. Christian will not be competing. It's possible Alyssa could win it, I guess, depending on what it is. It's possible Xavier could win it. It's possible Sarah could win it. Claire. I think all the rest of the people have a shot at it. The wall is going to be tougher on the bigger people, the taller, bigger people. So I don't know if Kylan stands a chance. Depends on how strong Xavier really is. I really don't know. Oh. I am really not sure. Alyssa or Derek have a chance on the wall. Yeah, I would think they do. And Brittany is much smaller than everybody else. She is shorter. She has a lower center of gravity, which means she isn't going to be as strained leaning out as the others would if they were on the wall. Doesn't mean she won't fall. But I think she might hang in there. I'm like trying to hype myself up to think that Brittany has a chance. Of course, then it's a question of who would Brittany put up, and she's not going to put up Azza or Derek F. So, you know, I don't know who should go after. I wonder if she'd go after Christian and Alyssa. I am not sure. So we're doing a country road drive, kind of, not really, because there's an accident at the intersection or at the my normal exit. So we're going the next quickest route. We'll actually go over the intersection. So if there's an accident there, we'll probably see the results of it, or I'll be able to. You may not. Oh, I got the yawns, guys. Did anybody listen to my super long CarCast on Saturday? Was it boring? Was it informative? I mean, I know nobody's going to say it was boring because you're all too nice. My numbers for listening seem to be down this weekend, unless a bunch of people bailed before the end of the 40 minutes. There's probably something to be said against talking too long when you're looking for people to listen to commercials at the end. Yeah, so Brittany Head of Household would be entertaining. It could be disastrous for some people's games, but I think it would be entertaining and aggravating at the same time. I might eat my words and I might regret it, but honestly, right now, I'm really starting to feel like this season is on a bit of a, predetermined path. I don't want it to be too easy. And as I watch Saturday CarCast, well, good. I'm glad you liked it. As I watch, Tiffany kind of work on the next one, work on the next one. I mean, she's already bad mouthing Sarah Beth. You know, she's lining Sarah Beth up to be the next evictee. It's she's had a pretty easy run of it so far. Tiffany has, and I don't know who would go after Tiffany right now. Welcome to small town Indiana. This is the next smallest town near to where I live. Tiffany is obsessed with Sarah Beth, but she's not, I don't think, Nona. I think she's obsessed with making other people obsessed with it. I don't think she thinks Sarah Beth is America's favorite player. I think she's just using it as a way to get other people to turn against her. She's planting those seeds. She's just sowing the discontent and the mistrust. She's going to talk about it to the point where everybody's talking about it. Where in the Hoosier State are you? I grew up in Indy. So I'm halfway between Indy and Chicago. It's pretty easy to figure out if you've ever driven on 65 between Indy and Chicago. Well, now you kind of pass a bunch of windmills, and you see them on every one of my drives if you're paying attention. So I was in Indianapolis yesterday at the state fair, seeing my grandniece and grandnephew show Angus steer. I have done the drive to Indianapolis more times than I can even count. I worked my first job out of college. I drove up and down 65 every day. Your husband grew up in Muncie. Okay, so that's on the east side of Indiana. Yeah, I'm not on the east side for sure. Definitely on the northwest side of Indiana. So I'm fairly close to the Illinois border, thus the time zone. I mean, Northwest Indiana is in the central time zone, and as I said, where I live technically is in the central time zone. So you can kind of figure that out. You can get a pretty accurate spot on the map of where I live. If I had a psycho stalker by now, they would have come and found me. You spent every childhood summer at the state fair. Yep. So did my kids. I don't know when you started listening, Nona, and forgive me if you've heard me talk about it. Um, two of my three children were heavily involved in FFA, and one of them was a state officer for FFA. And so he actually they've spent several summers working at the state fair. We went there again this year to the FFA pavilion at the state fair and kind of said hi to people that we know. So, yep, been to the state fair lots. I hadn't until I met my wife, until we got married, and other relatives would go there. I never went to the state fair when I was a kid. Oh, come on, folks. I know that I'm having an interesting talk, but none of you have any questions about Big Brother or anything you would like me to espouse on? I'm getting close to home. Do, 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 14 minutes I've been going. Oh, Nona said again. Nona. Oh, you didn't you didn't listen last season because it sucked? You could have still listened to me talk. I mean, come on. But I don't blame you. Yep, last season was rough. All right. Pardon me while I figure out what the heck's going on here. Let's see if the traffic is backed up. If I made a right move getting off, or I could have been home right now. If I had gotten off at this exit, I would have been home already if there isn't a bad backup from the accident. And right now, I'm not seeing a huge line of traffic, so I'm thinking I could have stayed on the interstate, but that's okay. No, I know I didn't suck. The season sucked. Yeah. Yes, I agree. It was not an all-star season. Not an all-star season at all. Well, it is all clear up here. So whatever accident there was cleared up. Oh well. Yeah. Last season was just eh. I hope this season. I mean, there's people complaining about the season saying it's boring and stuff. It's like, well, it isn't. It isn't. But I do truly wonder, and I'm having to think about this more and more as the Cookout Alliance seems to be doing quite well, especially if Tiffany stays in the driver's seat, um, and these alliances stick together and start picking each other off, except for the Cookout members. Um, I'm wondering what's going to happen in future seasons because they wanted this equity. They wanted people of color, um, to get them in the House, and it's going to go one of two ways now. It could either really polarize the House, and so if they do go with you know a large, if they had another six black people in the House next year, that everyone's gonna target saying, well, they're an alliance. Remember the Cookout. Remember the Cookout. Um, or will people try to team up across racial lines, specifically because that will be the place people aren't looking for that? I don't know. Or will the next group of African Americans or blacks? I'm bad about that. Um, will they say, let's do it again because we'll just talk about how it can't happen again because it already happened once, and just try to do it again? Of course, they'd be like, well, no, we got to vote one of you out to start with, or one of you the first couple of weeks. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm sure we'll figure it out because I think Big Brother will be around next year too. There are 10 of you here, and none of you are chatty except for Nona. That's all right. I'm getting close to home, as those of you that know me know. And again, just in case someone came in late, my name is Mike. I'm BB Gossip on Twitter, and I do a car cast pretty much every single stinking day at this point, talking about Big Brother and what's going on in the House. I update across my Twitter with what's going on. And if you enjoy any or all of those things and want to support me, well, you can do it a couple of different ways. Well, that's okay. I'm a big talker too, obviously, Donna. You can just listen to my car cast and make sure you catch the ads at the end because that generates a tiny, tiny bit of revenue for me. Or you can become a patron if you'd like at patreon.com/bbgossip. That'd be cool. You can also just subscribe to the live feeds through my Twitter account, to ilovereality.com as well. Or you can go to free.bigbrotherlivefeeds.com. That is a URL that will automatically redirect you, and I will get the referral if you sign up and end up paying for the feeds. If you do just the free week and cancel, yeah, nobody gets paid when you do that anymore. Used to get paid for just doing free feeds, but they don't do that anymore. That's how you can, a couple ways you can support, or just share with your friends and say, hey, listen to Mike. He's entertaining, or he's really annoying, but I do learn stuff. Something. I don't know. Easy. But as those of you that also listen to me know, that means I'm close to home because I'm yanking down the camera. Although I haven't a couple times actually pulled into my driveway, and then I've gone back and deleted those periscopes. There we go. We got mail. But with that, I am going to sign off. Says someone just popped in. Hello, whoever you are. If you want to go back and watch this, you can. I will be posting this shortly. I'm not sure if you can scroll back during it or not, but it'll be posted. You can listen to it. The big news is the power veto was not used. Christian didn't use it, and so Whitney is going to go home on Thursday. Really, no doubt about it. And it seems like Tiffany is trying to Sarah Beth as the next target. Of course, it depends on who wins the head of household. So really, we don't know what's going to happen until we have another head of household. Although lately, this season so far, things have been kind of predictable, and that's all right. That's what happens. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Have a good evening. Thank you, Nona. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mystery. Thank you, somebody else I can't remember. But everybody that stopped in, thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you guys some way and some matter either tonight, tomorrow, sometime soon.